Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all another episode of Running With You. And today we got to run about Lil Wayne. Weezy Wee, bro. This ain't no dating, topic or nothing, anything that's go around. We gonna talk some music, man. A little bit of music, man. Lil Wayne, legend, been around for a long, long time. Considered one of the greats, considered one of the icons, and the best to ever do it. And right now, this clip we're gonna get into, he's basically talking about his method to recording mixtapes and how he goes about it, and he also gets into a possible verses, and he says he don't want to embarrass anyone. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah,
Your name has come up in versus conversations at various times.
I heard about that. I told you, I only thing I thought made sense if I was being involved in it would be, either or album Wayne versus mixtape Wayne, album Wayne or mixtape Wayne versus feature Wayne or something like that. So I got too much material.
Wayne
So
versus Wayne.
Wayne versus Wayne, because it's not that there's no artist that can stand. It's just that I'm too competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I wouldn't want to embarrass no one. And if I am competing against whoever I'm competing against, I will embarrass you. I don't want to embarrass no one.
Okay. When it comes to Lil Wayne doing the verses, I honestly think that it would be good for hip hop. It will be good for the culture. I don't think verses, should be about, just competition. It should be about a celebration. And I think verses you should be only required to do considered to do a verses if you got at least 10 years in the game. You got to have at least 10 plus years in the game. Now, when you start to get to 20, 25 plus years in the game, that's when you bring out the real OGs. That's when you bring out the real legends, the real icons. And to me, I feel like it's only a good 5 or 6 icons in rap. Of course, you got people that pass like Tupac and, people like that. But as far as the people that's living, I think icon wise is Wayne, Kanye, Jay-Z, Eminem, and I'll say Drake. Now if you want to go on a female side, you could put Nicki in there. 50 Cent did a lot for the culture, had a diamond album, but as far as music, I don't think catalog wise musically, I would just put 50 Cent in icon status. I would argue Future got a better, catalog than 50 Cent as far as we talking music go. Because, Future been in the game for a long time. And sure, this been hits after hits every year. But, when we talk about icon, we talk about the influence they had, the impact they had, the run they had. Just being able to do it in a prime at a competitive at a good level, for a long time. And I think, icons is only for a few people, And to me, a good match with Lil Wayne, to me, another thing when it comes to verses, you gotta have a person that was your peer about on your same level, and on top of it, y'all have to be of the same era. Now, the problem with him going against Jay-Z is not the same era, Wayne, he's going to have more of a younger crowd. Jay-Z is going to have more of an older crowd. Now you could have some, you some situations you just like, okay, well, he ain't got nobody else to go against, so it makes sense. Like if Chris Brown was to do Usher, because the only one who could go against maybe a Usher is a R. Kelly, and I feel like a lot of people feel like R. Kelly will win that easily. So it'll be more appropriate for Usher and Chris Brown to go against each other, because nobody really seeing Usher except Chris Brown. Nobody really seeing Chris Brown except for Usher. I think Lil Wayne probably could go against a Kanye. Now that'll be good, but it'll be street rap versus backpack rap. Anthem rap versus street rap. Then you got Future. A lot of people say Future might could give Wayne a run for his money. But we going against lyrical content versus more vibe, party trap content, Um, Eminem, I feel like Eminem could give somebody a run for their money because Eminem has such a huge fan base. But I think Eminem fans, it's that type of backpack fans, and he'll have a lot of white America behind him. You can't say Drake, but it'll be backpack versus, you know, street again, you know. And I wouldn't say Wayne just street like that, but he is a street rapper. Um, yeah, so I think that'll be the issue. And I think when it comes to verses, I think, some verses we didn't have that I think could have been good. I think T.I. would have been good against Rick Ross, but Rick Ross went against Two Chains. I think Two Chains would have been better fit to go against Ludacris. Um, I think Busta Rhymes would be good to go against Missy. Both of them got that real, unorthodox type of rap, eccentric type of rap. I think those two will be good, and it'd be first men competing with a woman. Redman went against Method Man. I feel like if that can happen, Boost could go against Webby, or Boost could go against Plies, however you see fit. But it was a lot of verses that we still would like to see. I think another one that'll be huge is 50 Cent against Ja Rule. I think that'll be huge. But I think that'll never happen, because I think it'll be too much of a payday for Ja Rule, and 50 Cent definitely not trying to help that. T.I. versus 50 probably would have been good, but I think more appropriate would have been T.I. versus Ross. Flip, you can't say Flip, but I don't think Flip got the catalog.
Yeah, that'd be kind of scary.
And this thing that we do, this music thing, man, you can, if it's the wrong type of situation on that versus, you can end their careers. You know what I mean? You can end their careers, and that's what I would do. And I don't, who wants to do that? I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, so I end Lil Wayne, the feature Wayne career, and with the album Wayne, something like that. I do that.
Now, I don't think nobody's career has ended after a versus. I do think people had a stain on their image, like the way Jadakiss did Dipset, damn near all by himself. I did think that put a stain on Dipset image, but I think that was more so Dipset wasn't really having a camaraderie and much of a group compared to how Dipset was. Kind of the same as No Limit and Cash Money. No Limit came out more of camaraderie in a group, all wearing the camouflage, coming with they brand is with No Limit Soldiers versus Cash Money. Everybody was just having on different clothes. Everybody was doing their own thing. Wayne wasn't there. Like it just didn't feel right, Now, a lot of people will say Wayne is great, but when it comes to performing, he not good, just like the Super Bowl. I feel like when it comes to performing, I feel like certain rappers, dog, they got that stage presence. T.I. had it in his heyday. DMX had it, That's why Jay-Z didn't like going on tour with DMX and go after, DMX, because he had to rock that crowd right after DMX then rocked it, So I feel like when it comes to stage presence, I never liked it the way Wayne just, performed. He always changed his voice and be like, I'm a millionaire, I'm a young Melly. I used to hate that shit, and then Wayne probably will pick the wrong song. Wayne will probably pick motherfucking Phone Home or some shit. Like certain songs, like I think Wayne shouldn't even put on his album. It should have just been a mixtape throwaway. Like, but Wayne is Wayne, and he gonna want to do it his way, and he feel like he just be in his own world and acting like he don't know what's going on. That's another thing I hate about Wayne, acting like he just so lost on what's going on. Like, granted, there is people who don't be on social media. They don't really keep up on everything that's trending in the culture, but Wayne just be taking it way to a whole nother level. So yeah, picking the wrong tracks, no stage presence when it comes to his performance, showing up on time, goddamn remembering his lines, so all that you got to worry about with Wayne. And he's talking about he would embarrass somebody probably would embarrass him. Like the level of fan base he got is crazy, but the level of fan base Eminem got, Kanye West got, like these dudes are heavy hitter in their own right. And I think when it comes to certain anthems and certain songs, they fuck around and pack Wayne up. At least Kanye would, But I want to know who y'all think would be a perfect match for Wayne. Like I say, man, I think Jay-Z, dog, it'll be too much more of a regional thing. You know, the South will be more rocking with Wayne. The East Coast will be more rocking with Jigga. Older cats will be more rocking with Jigga. Cats in the late 70s, early 80s will be more rocking with Jigga. You know, late 80s, 90s on probably be rocking with Wayne. I think that'll be the thing with him and Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z will probably be better fitted going against Nas. Now that'll be a good one right there. I think Jay-Z will probably have more songs that he can rock the crowd with rather than Nas, but I think that'll be one more fitting. Um Wayne, dog, I don't know, dog. Because when it comes to Future, I think Future will be more fitting going against somebody like Young Thug. You know, I'm not too much of a fan of Young Thug, but just the way they rap style is, I think that'll be more fitting. You know, um, yeah, man. I think Drake and Kanye will be a good one. You know, I think Drake and Kanye will be a good one. Eminem, Eminem's so much of a niche. He got a huge fan base, but it's so much of a niche, you know, or it's so much of a niche audience that he'll have to command to rock the crowd. I think, you know, because Eminem ain't really got a lot of songs that you could really just jam in a club, just jam in a car. You know, he got shit that make you think and make you listen to, but I don't know. I don't know, bro. I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Y'all think Wayne will embarrass somebody, or Wayne will fuck around and embarrass himself? Who would y'all think would be his best competition that he could go against? You know, it ain't too many that we can name. It ain't like we can name a lot of people. Like, don't start. You know, maybe a Ti. You know, maybe a Ti. How y'all feeling about that? You know. But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, what you're waiting on. Until next time, I'm out.